It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Washington Commanders and the New York Giants, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The kicker, Ramiz Ahmed, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Well, now how about this return? And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and, of course, take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Jones looking to throw it on the first play. He'll get this into the hands of the wideout from LSU. And they get him to the ground quickly, but he's out near midfield at the 49-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
With a start here to the ball game, you get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. Throwing Jones. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton, 39 yards. And the Giants are on the board first here this afternoon. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Gano the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Cano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game.
And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Daniels looking to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Daniels. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke.
And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out, still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
Cano now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing after the interception, Daniels. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Well, maybe that'll help him settle back into a groove after the interception on the first drive here, picking up the first to start drive number 2.
And it is just starting over, isn't it? Sometimes it's just how you have to do it. You have to erase things from your mind. Don't worry about what happened before, because over the course of the game, the good players, things turn out pretty well for them, and that's what he's trying to do here. How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Daniels.
This one caught by Crowder. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Off the play fake, Daniels. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they do finally get him at the 12.
Big yardage that time for Washington.
42 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Motion man is Crowder. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mucked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Austin Eckler.
A 10-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders are back within a score.
A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
A try here for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. That time a 6-play drive.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
Now Jones. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 39 yards.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Off the play fake. Jones.
Again, it's Johnson.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 5.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That one taken in by Neighbors.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready to roll for the 2nd quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
As they've got it as we resume action.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10.
They'll toss this right side to Singletary. Fights loose. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. Jones. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Daniel Jones, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Giants have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Gano for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw is Daniels.
That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Running on first down, Eckler. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And New York set to take the field.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Now Jones throwing to start the drive.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Singletary here running out of the gun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
That is caught.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, taking it.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half.
And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Following the fumble recovery, Daniels wiggles free. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22. To the air goes Daniels. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts.
As the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Throwing now is Daniels. And that's into the hands of Eckler.
Yeah, they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll look to throw again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels.
Crowder's got it over the middle.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 34-yard line.
A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good, but a flag is down here, so hold on. Let's see what this is about.
Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Commanders' offense and running back Austin Eckler set to take over once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and a couple. Crowder in motion here right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Daniels from the gun on third down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were in this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Johnson's got it complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Throwing Jones. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Emmanuel Forbes able to stick with him and knock that one away.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. And the Washington offense heading out. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Well, they're going to motion Dotson to the left.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd down and 8.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
Second down.
Daniels looking to throw.
Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Off the play fake. Daniels.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43.
Motion man is Crowder. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And down to the 36-yard line here. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, they're hoping that the 2nd half is better for him than the 1st half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Now Daniels. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's not going to get the 1st. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
Now the Giants are going to get the football back. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
3rd quarter from MetLife Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10.
Slot man moves right. Now Jones.
There's a short one caught by Johnson.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go-around. A huge play there for Washington. 41 yards.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford.
It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this 4th quarter. Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
To throw is Daniels.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
And the tackle there by Micah McFadden.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson.
Ooh, with a juke.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
And they're going to motion Dotson to the left.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Once more, here's Eckler. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is third down and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And it'll be a turnover on downs. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. On first down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Third and 10. Expect a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Back to throw. Jones. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger, and this time it costs them 2 points.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. This will be fielded at the 17.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Dexter Lawrence able to bust free and get to the quarterback.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
Operating from the gun. Daniels.
He's got Eckler.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And this is going to be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now. Daniels going to throw for it. Pass caught by Crowder.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
This pass finds McCaffrey going across the middle.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Well, they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10. To the air goes Daniels.
And complete to Zach Ertz.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, the crowd here at MetLife Stadium in full roar. 3rd down. Throwing now is Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
This is 1st and 10.
Back to throw again.
To the sideline and incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
They'll look to throw again.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it.
So the game will continue for at least one more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt.
And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Won't be enough, but here's a final chance at the extra point. It's up and it's good, but it doesn't matter because on the final scoreline, they're still going to come up 2 points short. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.